Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Lust Podcast Show, the show that is rated R for real and not PG for playing games. I am one of your hosts, the Boss Lady.
And I'm the D.O.C, always making it do what it do.
And we would love for y'all to continue to keep rocking with us, because we still got a lot to talk about when it comes to life, culture, and everything else. As we always say, get to know us, get to love us. Now, before we get any further, want to shout out our sponsor, Cigar Junkie, as well as CJS Educational Services. Got some more shirts coming out, right?
Go to the website at cigarjunkies.com. Also, we want you folks to not only subscribe, but keep hitting that like. Please hit the like button. Because we get a lot of views, but we need the people to hit the like. That's how the algorithm works. So make sure you not only subscribe, but also hit the like button as well. Like literally, we talking to you, go right down and hit the thumbs up.
Right. Yes. But before we get into this episode, I always like to pause and just say, how are you doing, D.O.C?
Man.
I feel like it's been a long time.
It's definitely been a long break. We apologize for the break.
Yes.
But as they say, life be life and nothing bad. But you keep moving. You got stuff going on, a lot of different projects, So, that's about it. But everything's been cool.
Yes.
No major complaints. I think last time I talked to y'all was for my birthday.
It was sometime in
I think it was around. It was around my birthday, around that time. So it's been a minute. So we got a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on. But everything's been great so far. Everything's been great. No real complaints.
Yes.
How about yourself?
You know what? I am enjoying life. I'm enjoying life and all that life has to offer. So, with that being said, we are going to jump into our show. Y'all know we provide these 3-course meals. First thing is our appetizer, and we got quite a few appetizers. We got quite a few hot topics to talk about. First thing, everybody been talking about this, so we might as well go ahead and kick it off with Usher and Chris Brown concert.
Mm-hmm.
Kicking it off, what are your quick thoughts about that concert in terms of women going crazy? In terms of women going crazy for tickets, in terms of men getting jealous or upset that their woman wants to go and get cherries put in their mouth and everything. What's your thoughts real quick?
I mean, honestly, I've seen Chris Brown and Usher. Mm-hmm. So I can see what the hype is about. Both of them put on amazing shows.
Yes, they are. Provocative.
As a guy, if you get a chance to go to the Chris Brown or Usher show, you should go. Mm-hmm. As a man, I've never seen a place that's going to have that many beautiful women there.
Point.
Only other place I can think of is a Prince concert that brings out women like that, like just all types of women. And Chris Brown brings out all types of women. Usher brings out, I'm talking about from 70s, 80s, all the way down to the early 20s. And especially when I went to Detroit to see Chris Brown, it's fucking amazing. So I don't get the
shout out to Detroit women.
The thing, but me personally, I'm not gonna be spending no money for my woman to go get some cherries put in her mouth by Usher. I think I would have an issue with that.
You would.
I would have.
You would have an issue with me, like come on, Usher, come on.
I would have an issue with that. I done spent, especially for him to put cherries in your mouth. That means you done spend probably like $1,500, $2,000 for tickets. So that's just for the tickets. For another nigga, please. Nah, I'm not going for that.
I'll let Beyonce put cherries in your mouth.
That's cool.
So it's cool for Beyonce to put cherries in your mouth. But if Usher put cherries in my mouth, it's a problem.
Yeah, and that's the problem with that extreme feminist. Because y'all think everything is supposed to be equal.
Fans, I really need y'all. When y'all watch this episode, I really want y'all to comment.
So you have a problem if I want to go up there with Beyonce?
I would love if Beyonce called you out and told you to come on stage. I'm pushing you up there.
So you want me to push you on the stage for Usher to put some balls in your mouth?
I didn't say push me on the stage.
That don't even make sense.
I didn't say push me on the stage.
That's not my thing.
But the fact that you have an issue with it.
I'm just being honest.
That's so contradictory.
That's not contradictory. That's being a real nigga. This new feminized masculinity.
Stay on topic. I'm
giving it to you.
Nope.
Feminized masculinity.
Because we ain't talking about that. We talking about Chris Brown and Ushers and Cherry.
Yeah, but
Okay, so I'm pretty sure.
But I am gonna say this. I do have tickets to the concert, so I am going to the concert. But the tickets are on sale first. Cause she already said she gonna let the nigga put his cherries in her mouth.
I never said that.
So those tickets are gonna get listed. So that's
I never even said that.
No. So those tickets are listed.
I never even said that.
Those tickets are listed.
You funny.
Yeah, I'm a fucking hilarious.
All right, next thing. You know what? Gucci.
Mm-hmm.
Gucci and this whole Pusheisty thing. Now, keep in mind, Gucci is coming to Gary for a concert May 16th. Black Tie Orchestra.
Looking forward to
that. And so, I got a question. Do you think that anything in reference to the whole situation with Gucci and Pusheisty, do you think that's going to have any effect on his tour? Because, you know, he's actually on tour doing days. You think that has any bearing on
He's just going to get a little bit more security. That's it. Yes, instead of having 10 niggas with guns, he gonna have 20 niggas with guns.
Hey, you think Pusheisty was bogus in what he did, how he did it? Or do you think the principle of what he was trying to do was right, but the method was wrong?
The thing is, this is what happened. You got two different generations going on, two different people. Mm-hmm. Gucci is an older guy in his 40s, businessman. Pusheisty is a young, dumb street nigga. He just got out of federal penitentiary for some shit like this 4 months ago. He's got a mentality. He's a nigga from Memphis. Shout out to all my Memphis niggas. We got family in Memphis. So we know them niggas. Them niggas get down. Alright, you know them niggas that get down. So niggas think because they country, but them Memphis niggas will get. Am I lying?
No, you're not.
Alright.
You're not.
So this is the thing. I understand why he was upset, but in this day and age, that's not the route to go. Especially consider your situation. Then you get your daddy to help you out, and then the niggas on Instagram on Greyhounds. But this is the thing: he didn't rob Gucci. He robbed Radrick Davis. Those are two different niggas. Those are two different. Radrick Davis, for those who don't know, is Gucci Mane's legal name. Man. He robbed Radrick Davis. That's who called and told the police. He didn't rob Gucci because Gucci would have been killed that nigga and smoked him. Niggas are in different parts in their life.
He's in a different.
That's what I'm saying. He is Radrick Davis. Gucci Mane is a character. Back in the day, he was Gucci Mane 24/7.
Now, I'm pretty sure if that would have happened 10 years ago, I'm pretty sure that would have been a whole different headline.
Pre-prison, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a whole different headline.
Yeah, that would have killed that nigga in the studio.
Yeah. But that was bogus, yeah. Like, dude, you could have sat down at the table and talked your way out your contract.
But that let you know, though, on the real, though, he knew Gucci wasn't no hoe, and so that was the way he was going to have to do him, and he caught him slipping. I bet you that won't happen again.
I'm pretty sure it won't ever. Switching gears real quick. NBA Finals. Who you got? Who you think?
Yeah, before it started, I had picked for the finals. I want San Antonio.
Okay. Now, is that because they got the tall dude?
I mean, I just think Wemby's really, the dude is just fucking amazing, special.
I mean, he should if he's
10
feet tall.
The thing is, we've seen guys that big, but they don't have the skill set. Like,
now, I ain't gonna lie. I saw him shoot a three, and I was like, damn.
The dude is like,
whoa.
The dude is like amazing. Fast break threes, around the back dribble. He can do everything.
Yeah.
And
I would say that.
Defensive player of the year.
I would say that.
So, yeah, but I got them, and in the East, it's really a toss-up. You know, you got Detroit, Cleveland, Boston. But before the playoffs started, I would have taken Boston. So I would have Boston versus San Antonio.
Now, ain't your team Lakers? I ain't heard you say Lakers, nothing.
No, because you said before before the playoffs started, the Lakers don't have two of their top scorers. They're out Luka, who's in the MVP run, as well as Austin Reeves. So those two guys are injured. I'm realistic.
Okay.
We'll be lucky to get, make it to the second round.
Okay.
So, I'm just keeping it real.
Being honest with one of your teams.
No, I'm being real.
You be sometimes.
No, I'm not delusional. I'm not like a Bears fan.
With the Cowboys.
Mm-mm.
You was delusional with the Cowboys.
And you not delusional with the motherfucking Bears, them weak ass niggas.
We not talking about the Bears.
Man, get out of here, girl.
Speaking NBA players, Klay Thompson, Megan Thee Stallion, they broke up. Now, of course, I'm not in their circle, so I don't know why they broke up. But apparently, it has been apparent that they broke up because Klay Thompson has issues with monogamy. What are your thoughts on that whole thing? Because it's so many different routes you can go with that.
Well, this is what I want to say really quickly. And this goes back to the 2 R's. You know, I said this in the first season. Hold on, Kelly. Don't line step. I have the flow. Don't line step. I don't talk about religion and relationships. All right? This is a known fact. I could really care less about these people, but honestly, when I first seen it, I'm going to give you a quick synopsis. I didn't think the shit would work. Okay. I knew it was a spur of the moment. She was new hotness. Man, let me wane this bitch as much as I can. Hopefully she can bring a couple more of her motherfucking friends in here. I get a threesome or a foursome with these hoes. She been around the block. But she like, hold on, let me finish up. You got them gun info. She like number 10 in line. So for her to even think that he was going to wife her, bitch, you was delusional to begin with. And this ain't got nothing to do. Bitch. I'm just talking real. You asked me to talk real. Let me quit line stepping. You can call him a nigga, yellow nigga, light skinned nigga. I don't care. Anyway, she was delusional to begin with. He was never going to wife you. And then because of the type of person the player he is, even though he may be on the end of his career and getting washed up, he's still 4-time NBA champion Klay motherfucking Thompson. You better stop playing around. He can get any bitch he want to. I'm breaking the game down. And he in because some of these bitches want to be hoes. And he in Dallas. Man, you better stop playing. Monogamy? I actually told you if my son was a sports player, I would tell him not to get married. Fuck being monogamous.
Being married and being monogamous.
We know. But people weren't ready for all that discussion. But he could have told. My only thing with Klay, he should have. I don't know if he told her. It don't sound like he did. He should have told her from the get-go. I'm not with the monogamy.
If he wasn't, he did. Okay. He should have said that in the beginning.
It's like with Sammy Davis. There's never going to be a night I'm going to go to sleep by myself. So you can interpret that to mean what you want it to mean.
I think
that's what Sammy Davis. That's what Sammy Davis told his wife on the day he got married.
I think he should have told her from the beginning. Like, hey, we can rock, we can roll, but you may not be my only one. How you feel, yes or no, and went about it that. I think if more people are upfront about that in the beginning, I think a lot of relationships wouldn't be the way they are. I think if people could just pause for a hot second and just be like, you know what? Yeah, I like you. Yeah, I want to be with you. I want to have dinner with you. I want to fuck on you.
She thought she was going to be like Glow and my nigga B.I. She thought she was going to be like Coco and my nigga Donovan Mitchell. No,
it don't matter.
To me and Grant Hill,
it don't matter what she thought. But my whole thing is, okay, obviously he thought it was something substantial because he had her all around his family. No, but you know what?
Can I say something? This is what I want to say. Honestly, I'm not getting in a people relationship. This is what I want to say to people, and this doesn't matter whether you're Megan Thee Stallion, Klay Thompson, me or you, or just regular Joe. Seriously, people. Stop putting everything, especially if you're a celebrity, somebody that's out there, stop putting everything about your relationship on social media. People think that me and my wife, the boss lady, shows a lot of different things. We only really be showing people 10% of what really goes on. Because, like, for example, there's some shit that went on the past week that only people in a close circle even know about.
True.
Because it's not on social media. We don't do that.
People think everything on social media.
Yeah, but it's not on social. So we only put what we want to, the narrative. Yeah, so, but yeah, you have to control. That's the I think that was the problem. Like, she cooking Thanksgiving dinner. She doing this. She doing that.
Well, obviously they both wanted it. They both.
Yeah, he was for the ride.
For that moment. Hey, enjoy it while it lasts.
And him buying all that shit is nothing for a nigga like him.
My thing is, I ain't gonna lie. I remember my first main breakup. I kept that shit quiet. It wasn't announced back in the day. You was sad about it. No, because most of the time you was actually truly sad about it. So you won.
I wasn't sad about my breakups.
I'm pretty sure you won because you probably was a hoe back then. So I'm just saying, you probably wasn't. I wasn't a hoe back then. So my first breakup was kind of like, ooh, it was really a breakup.
I kind of didn't like that monogamy one girl thing. Then I was.
But you never said that to me in the beginning. That you went down. That
Because I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what the terms and labels was then. I wasn't educated.
But you still never came and be like, yo.
But I know. But I did tell you I didn't want no girlfriend. I wasn't with that serious shit. And then I told you never to come over my house unannounced. Didn't I tell you that? And you did come over there unannounced. And then what happened? You saw something you weren't supposed to see.
What? How did you go on such a tangent?
I'm just breaking the game down.
That had nothing to do
I'm just
with
breaking
anything.
the game. You just asked it.
No, what you was trying to do, you was trying to have your cake and eat it too. You were trying to talk to multiple girls. You weren't trying to be poly. You weren't trying to be none of that.
No, at that time I was coming off a relationship or long term.
You was just trying to see how far you can get with each girl. That's all you was trying to do, bro.
I just said I was a hoe.
And to clear the thing was, we never had a thing of not coming over each other's house announced because we had never really did that. So to tell the story, I actually got off work early.
She lied.
I got off work early and stopped by his house on my way to my own apartment because I had my own apartment the whole time we was in college, except when we moved in together. And I stopped by his house, and when I knocked on the door, he didn't want to open the door all the way. He stuck his head out the door. And I was like, what's going on? Why are you sticking your head out the door? And he was like, oh, no.
And you was ready to fight.
And no, the thing was, I wasn't ready to fight. He lied. He was like, I'm busy right now. I'm studying, whatever.
You wouldn't beat that girl up.
I did not want to beat the girl up because I didn't even see the girl.
You would have beat her up.
He stood in the door so hard, y'all, through the crack of the door. All I saw was the bitch feet. So how can I get upset about something that I can't even see? So I was just like, oh, cool, that's what we on. And I left. It started doing my thing. That's it. That's how that goes. Yeah. Now, eventually, as y'all see, we still been together ever since. So obviously, neither person, whatever, made a difference. But that's how it was. He was just a hoe. That's all. Speaking of hoes, 420 stripper ball. We had one.
You just say don't call them hoes and bitches, and you say speaking of hoes.
Well, I mean, it was just a perfect segue into the last segment. I'm not their dancers. I love them. So, no, it was just a perfect segue.
I don't even refer to them as strippers. I call them
oh, my God.
Dancers.
Anyway.
But stripper bowls.
So, we did we did end up having a small...
was this 6 or 7? This may have been 7.
No, this ain't 7.
What, 6?
No, it ain't 7. Maybe...
6.
Maybe 5 or 6.
6. Because women are private ones. I know the ones in the
well, if you include private ones, then we are probably a 6 then.
Yeah.
But we had our stripper bowl, right?
Yeah.
Something that I was just like, hey,
the fans
let's. I was like, I want to do a party. I was like, I really didn't kick off one before. I really want to do a party, and I was like, let's have dances. And I was like, you know what?
Can I ask you to do one favor, boss lady?
Yeah.
For the fans.
What's that?
I thought of this. We're going to put together a video compilation of the stripper party. All the different videos.
And can you put it on YouTube? Because I know YouTube be shutting shit down.
It's not nudity.
Okay, well, I guess you could.
Yeah. It's no different than any of those other crazy ass videos.
I guess you could.
There's no nudity.
Yes, I guess we could.
We're going to put together the clips with no nudity.
Okay, I guess you could do that.
Yeah, so we're going to put together a nice little compilation. Anyway, go ahead.
Yes. And so I can't believe it. The D.O.C agreed with me. He entertained my idea and was like, you know what? I'm gonna let you run with it. I'm gonna let you do what you want to do. And I was just like, just tell me how many girls can I have? Can I get 3 or 4? I really wanted 4 or 5, but he was like, calm down, bring it back down. 3 is enough. That's all you need. So
she's used to 5.
Yeah, we really had 5 the very first time, and that was just like the bomb experience because you have like a rotation of girls, one group of girls and another group. It was
everywhere.
Just that was
titties and ass.
That was just amazing. Plus, but this one was great. This one was great as well. I tell you this, I'm just gonna stop and say shout out to everybody that came, because if you were here, you would know that this place was packed from the front to the back. Up to the down, we was in this thing, had fun. And one thing, we never have any incidents, we never have any issues, we never have any problems. So you just had
the boom boom room was packed, top floor was packed, and the patio was packed.
Yes, and so honestly, it was just great. I'm not gonna lie, I love providing. I'm not gonna say we love providing like environment where people can have a really good mesh of energy. You could be around other people that's cool. And then you can just fucking have fun. I'm not gonna lie, life is too short to be worrying about what people think about you. Life is too short to not have fun. Life is too short to not do what the fuck you want to do. So if you want to pack your basement full of strippers and people love it just as much as you do, pack your motherfucking basement with people and have strippers and do what the fuck you want to do.
I'm just glad that we've gotten to the level where we can bring the club to the crib. But you
exactly.
You got the resources
the money
to do that.
You say.
You just bring. You like fuck that.
Come on.
That's why I don't get certain celebrities like niggas like John Moran. Like I would have got all them hoes, some strippers, the dancers. I would have took them all. Like sent the homie, go in there and go pick out 10 of them. G, bring them back to the suite.
And just have them dance.
Because his boy could have got another suite and do what they need to do.
Just dance. And this is the thing. People like, no, it ain't orgies. It ain't none of that. It's straight just seeing women dance. And if you've ever been to Atlanta,
if you like naked women, this is the place to be.
It just creates a vibe. It really does. It just really creates a vibe.
The stripper bowl was amazing.
It was amazing. To the point where I was just like, you think we could do that once a month?
Well, tell them, shout out to your sponsors. This is the first time we had sponsors.
Shout out to my sponsors. And you know what? For lack of respect, I'm not gonna say the names, but those
we never gonna give up our sponsors.
The dudes who did it know who they are. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Let's do it again. Let's holler. Let's talk. Let's have another conversation. Because yes, I would love to be able to do something like that once a month, or be able to curate that once every other month or something like that with a rotation.
Yeah, we didn't do it to make no money. It was just to pay for the expenses of the party.
Just to pay for the expenses of the party. Because we had food, not your regular food. I mean, we actually have food to get you food.
We don't have your regular food.
We had 420
no sharks chicken here.
No, we don't do sharks.
no gas here. No gas.
Shout out to our girl Anissa for the Monster Choli. I do gotta get that name out.
And the treat lady.
Yes, my girl Mariella's Delight. Yeah. Look her up on Instagram. She made the cake pop. She made the strawberries. Shout out to them for that. So thank y'all for that. But yes, epic again. Thank you, D.O.C, for letting me do me and let me do what I want to do. So appreciate that. That was fun. Now, speaking of celebrations, we are going into our entree. We are going into celebration season. We're going into graduation season. Yes, I am hyped because this episode is partly for the parents of people that got kids that are graduating, whether that's from pre-K, kindergarten, 8th grade, 12th grade, college, you getting a graduate degree, whatever. And this is all about trusting the process of parenting. Because I tell you this, graduation is not always just about caps and gowns. It's about celebrations. It's about emotions. It's about helping your child prepare for the next chapter. It's about everybody facing some type of transition of their own. It's about letting go. It's about trusting the foundation, the process, building a new foundation for your kid. It's about a lot. And we wanted to take a couple of minutes to talk about that in this particular entree and just talk about what that is, because what people don't realize is that graduation is not just a milestone for your kids. It's actually a milestone for the parents who go through these things with their kids. It's actually just it's a turning point for the parents, depending on what stage of the game that you're in when it comes to the graduation. So I think with this episode, we want to talk about kind of like that shift of what it is to go from like raising to like guiding and trusting your process, trusting your kids, and all of that to help them kind of move forward. So is that cool to talk to you with that?
No doubt.
So what I want to ask you, what I want to start off is with you having personal experience in this, because we now have our second child that will be, that will be graduating from college in a couple of weeks. So I want to ask you, with us celebrating her graduation, are you celebrating the graduation? Are you stressing about what's next? What's the biggest thing for you right now as you're approaching having your final child about to go through college graduation?
I'm really not stressing about nothing. When it comes to the second child, I'm dead serious, because I feel that you've now prepared both of them for what they need to do. They met and exceeded the expectations that you had set for them at a very early age. And now it's up to them to apply the lessons, the morals and the values and the things that you've taught them, and to remix it with their own philosophy and create their own destiny. And for you to sit back and observe and cheer them on and assist them when they ask for assistance. So to me, I'm not really stressed about anything. You know, it's their life now that they gotta live. So me personally, I'm not really. I think this is the easy part now. I've gotten past all the humps and the financial stuff and all of the hooping and hollering, so to speak, the discipline.
Yeah,
so now, I realized that when I was kicking it with my son about a month or two ago, and I went down there, me and him went to a ball game, and it's just cool to have adult cerebral conversations at high level with your kids. And so that's where it's so it's now watching them move into adulthood.
So that's actually
so to me, I'm not really afraid of anything. Of course, but having a daughter, you've always afraid of her getting physically hurt by guys and things like that. But honestly, that's a part of life. Not physically hurt, but I'm talking about going through relationship shit.
Yeah.
So that male and female.
You're gonna stress.
But I hope that I've taught her on how to navigate those and avoid those sort of type of relationships.
Well, I wouldn't per se say stress. Maybe that's the wrong terminology, stress, about what comes next. But I think, I would say this, as a mother, I think, as mothers, I think we have a different set. When we say stress, I think our stress set is different from a father's stress. And I think because fathers worry about different things. I think as parents, you worry about the same thing. But I think as a father, there are certain things you worry about. And I think as a mother, there are certain things that I may worry about. Mm-hmm. So I think as a mother, you don't stress about what comes next. But you're always wondering and making sure and just reinforcing that they're going to be okay to take them next steps. And that's just something that you're going to always be as a mother concerned with. But not to the point that it stresses you out, but just to the point that you keep your eye on it. So let's talk about this, because the way I look at it is I looked at it like kind of a couple of different ways. So I look at it like as one point in time you used to be their manager. So you was a manager of their time, you was helping them with that. Now as they get older, you shift to a supporter. So what part of parenting was hardest for you? Was it raising them, or is it like releasing them per se?
It's always raising them, because especially at least for a person like me, I really didn't have really good examples of what to do or not to do. I knew kind of what not to do, what I didn't want to be. I had good examples of that. So raising them, and then as you're raising them, you're evolving as an adult. Not only as an adult personally, but also professionally. So you got the money aspect. So and just being realistic. So I would say raising them, trying to have a relationship with a wife, kids, profession, and not just a job, but a profession and a career. So I would say the raising part. Yeah, that was difficult, because I know for me, there was times where, because of the financial aspect, that I missed some things because I was working. Because I was working a 9 to 5, and then I would go teach as a adjunct professor 3 to 4 days a week. And I get home to 8:39. They shut it down you had them shut down by 9 o'clock, 9:30. So I literally got to hang with my kids for 30 minutes. And that's 2 kids. And so now they not getting one-on-one time. They got to get it together. So you think of that sort of thing. So that's why weekends was always special for us, because I didn't really get to maximize the time during the week, because I was working trying to raise them so they can have private tutoring, going on vacations and things like that. So
I would definitely say the raising them, I think, is harder than releasing them. Because I think once you get to a certain point with your kids, you're like, there's nothing I can do, tell my child that's going to make them do or say. So I think we all come to that point where, like, there is no releasing them. But I think sometimes raising them is the hardest, because you want to make sure that you instill in the right things in them.
But I do see now in today.
Are you line stepping?
Yeah, I am.
You line stepping. Hold on.
I'm sorry. I thought you had finished.
And so I just think that you want to make sure that you're not instilling the wrong thing in them. Because sometimes you notice that some kids are the way that they are because of how the parents have raised them, how the parents have treated them based on how they was brought up. And so you got to be careful when you're raising them that you're not, you know, filling that tank with the wrong type of you know, medicine, the wrong type of stuff. So yeah. What was you gonna say?
No, I agree that you have people that still haven't released their kids, and their kids are like 27 and 28 living at home. And if they were to release them, the motherfucker will fall flat on their face, literally. They because even now they have no responsibilities, whether it be financial, whether it be personal. So they can't release it. So it's amazing how people are raised now. I'm old school, so I believe that I raised my kids to be released and for them to be successful.
So we're talking about now trusting what you taught them.
And like they don't fuck up.
You trusting what you taught your kids. So when you see this happening, do you step in as a parent? Do you step back as a parent when you see certain things happening?
They gonna fuck up. No, yes, and no. Now, if it's something that's a danger to them physically,
I will hope you step in.
Yeah, I'm stepping in.
I will.
But some lessons, sometimes you have to, because they want to make what we call OG calls. And we sometimes, you know, you got to let them make that call. You know, an OG call, that means you got
the call. You got to deal with what comes with that call.
So like, that's on you. Now, niggas done told you.
Life lessons.
And niggas done told you we don't think that's going to ride. And some calls can be life and death. Yeah. So, no. We let niggas, you make an OG, we call OG calls around here. So, hey, that's on you, bro. And I hope it worked. I want it to work.
Yeah.
And sometimes the OG calls do work.
Yeah.
And sometimes most of the times they do, but a lot of times they don't.
Because I tell you this, as a parent, I want to be a parent that supports and not always have to rescue. I don't never want to be the parent who, every time I deal with you, I'm rescuing you from a situation, or rescue you from yourself, a situation.
Because it builds character to figure out how to get yourself out of a situation. Right. Once again, as long as it's not left in life and death.
Exactly. It's like you trust in the foundation you build. I'm trusting.
But you have financial issues. Well, you need to sit down and look at your fucking finances and your budget and what you're doing.
Well, you know what? That was actually a question that somebody asked. If your young adult child is always having financial issues, are you always going to bail them out?
No. Because it's obvious that these people have some
Even if you have the money to bail them out. No.
You're enabling them. And they know this.
This was part of the question.
Maybe that's a mother thing. No, as a male, because...
No, this was part of the question. I'm repeating the question.
Okay, I'm telling you no. Okay. Because you're enabling them, and they know this, and it's like they're almost like trained. And it's like Pavlov's dog. So they're trained to know that you're going to come bail them out. No, nigga. You own your own, bro.
I'm just crackhead for money now.
Yeah, man. Like, I told you this, man. I got some relatives, man. I had to keep telling them no. Because I told you I felt like these niggas is charging me to visit them. Every time I come around, these niggas asking me for money, bro. To the point, like, I was like, no, nigga. No. And I personally pulled out a pocket full of money. No, nigga, I ain't got no money. No.
So, going back to the topic. So as when we hit these certain stages with our kids, how do you let go of your kid but without disconnecting? Because it's the thing, you want to stay present, but you don't want to overstep. And then you also want to have boundaries with your kids as they start to get older. So how do you do that? How do you A, set boundaries, and then B, what's the hardest part?
One thing I've learned is that, and you learn this through parenting,
because you gotta set boundaries.
You do, whether you got boys or girls or both. You treat your kids equally the same.
Yeah.
But your approach is completely different.
Yeah, you have to.
So that's what I mean by that. Both my kids got cars, but the approach was completely different with both of them.
Yeah, that's true. And we don't have to go into that approach. But
yeah, but it was both different. And so what I'm getting at is, the approach has to be different. So when you get there, what you may do with your son may be different with your daughter. With your daughter, you may have to check in with her every day or every other day. With your son, you may check with that nigga once or twice a month, a week, or whatever the cadence is that y'all set. So everybody's different. Or it may be vice versa, because this person may be high need and this other person's not. So it depends on the individual. And I think both parties As they get older, you figure that out, and then things change as they evolve into adults. It changes, but my thing is, you always want to maintain some sort of communication and contact.
Yeah.
Whether it's once a week, every day, once a month, but long as it's consistent. That's what I say.
I say that, but I also say having boundaries also with adult communication boundaries with your adult children. Like, it's cool for me to be close, but I don't need to know every detail about what's going on. Because some stuff just as a parent, I just don't want to hear. Just because it's not that I don't want to know what's going on, but it's like maybe I don't want to know that
you set their boundaries.
Certain things you want to do. So let me ask you this quick question. So when people say when kids get a certain age, you're letting them go. So what's the hardest part about letting your kids go at a particular age?
The hardest thing about letting them go? Mm-hmm. Absolutely nothing. I can get my motherfucking money back and let them go.
You know what? Men always take that stance. Men always look at it from a financial standpoint.
Yeah.
It's always a financial standpoint first. Then it's the emotional standpoint second.
No, not really, but let them go. Like, my thing is, you've raised them up to be this way. You've had 18 plus years. And they went to college, so they got an additional 3 to 4 years.
I would say this.
They ready.
For me, it's not about letting go. The hardest part about everything was just at one point in time, the fact that you're like at one point in time, things that you won't see them as much with some stuff. Like, if you have a kid who gets a job on the other side of the country, then you may not even see them for holidays.
So you're not seeing them evolve into and develop as an adult.
Yeah, you don't get to see certain developmental milestones because they are away from you. So that kind of sucks in a sense. Like, they may have a milestone birthday, but because of where they at, you may not be able to see them. I think that's the hardest part of that.
Okay, Madam Helicopter Parent.
You know what? I forgot we was recording because I sure was about to go into... Man, I sure was about to forget we was recording. So let me ask you this. Now, as our kids get older, this is everybody that got older kids, how do you redefine the parent-child relationship? And what I mean by that is, I know, like, you're seeing them as a different type of person, but does that mean, like, you start kicking it with them now? Do that mean you start giving them advice that's a little bit different than what it was, and it was a little bit, like, how do you redefine that relationship?
All of the above. Once again, every relationship is different. There may be a kid where you don't do that with because they don't do that. So everybody is different. Do
you allow your child to see more of who you really are?
Let me give an example. Let me give an example.
As they get older?
Yeah. Let me give you an example. Like, my daughter really doesn't care for live sports events. So I would never ask her to go. Whereas my son is going to go to the live sports event. So she likes to go to the concerts and stuff like that. So me and her done kicked it at the concerts. My son likes concerts too. But she ain't really into... It's just boring to her after a while. So every person is different. So you find everybody's balance on what they like to do and what not to do. And then, yes, I believe as you evolve and they become adults and you see certain things, yes, you show them different things about you as an adult, especially if y'all hanging out. I don't see nothing wrong. My son's hung out with me in a cigar bar. We're drinking and smoking cigars.
All three of us have been together at a cigar bar.
We haven't been to a club because we just... He's not really a club guy. I'm at a stage in life where I'm not in the club. Yeah. So we ain't went to a club, and that's just because he's not into it, and I'm really not at that in my life right now.
But if you were,
but I am. I'm gonna go to my daughter. She's gonna be turning 21 just to show her, how to move in them spaces as a woman and as a man with the lookout.
Building a new connection.
But hanging out and going out. Nah, I'm not doing that. Nah, I'll pop out for a birthday or something like that.
That depends on when you say kick it. Because if you're talking about kicking it to the loft and all that, not like that. But if you're talking about like just hanging out.
One time. Like for a special event.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Because I want her to be able to be herself. Because I know she's not going to be the same person she would if I'm standing there. Certain shit she's just not going to do.
True.
And
some kids,
I don't want to find out that your kid popped pills or was a cokehead at the club. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think overall, the whole gist of what we're saying is that as your kids go through these different milestones, graduation, celebrations, things of that nature, it is solely for the child, but you as a parent, you're also going through your form of graduation celebration as you celebrate as a parent the fact that you done got that child to that next milestone for them to walk through the finish line. So I think it's always something to just pause, and as much as you congratulate your child and stuff, I do think as a parent you just pause and you reflect on what that new relationship and how that's going to be defined as they graduate. So appreciate you. Any last things you want to say about the entree before we get into this fair foul real quick?
No, I think we said it all.
Cool. Fair foul. Little addition, since we talking about young folks, this is going to be a young addition, fair foul. So first thing, lavish prom send-off parties and stuff like that. Fair foul.
I don't pocket watch, but I think it's foul. I think it's just ridiculous to expend that type of resources on, I don't know, an hour. But hey, I don't tell people what to do with their. I don't pocket because people think that's pocket watch.
Exactly.
Because obviously you got the funds to do it, so do it.
Yeah,
so
people would say pocket
I wouldn't do it.
Now this is my thing. I think when you're celebrating graduations, if you want to kind of splurge, because they didn't completed the path, like they didn't completed that part, that part. Prom, not so much. I think I would put more into the graduation celebration than I would the prom celebration. But again, I don't pocket watch. I love to see all these different prom send-offs and how they are. I've seen some productions. We saw a stage build.
Movie sets.
Yeah, we saw a movie set build for a prom. Yeah, we've seen some stuff. Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed at the creativity. So, hey.
$25,000 for a prom send-off.
Kudos.
That's cool.
Next thing, tracking your young adult's child's location. Fair or foul?
Young. When you say young, give me an age.
Young adult. We're talking about like 18 to 25.
Oh, 18 to 25. Oh, no. No. You know, I have my kids' locations. They only share it when they're on the road traveling.
I think if you're traveling,
that's the only time I've
share your location.
That's the only time when my daughter, when she's by herself.
But I don't think
only when she's traveling. That's the only time. Like when she went out the country, and when she traveled. That's it.
When she's going back from university to here.
When she went out other than that, I've never ever looked on their. I've never ever looked them up.
There are a lot of people who use a lot of the tracking
we don't
apps,
share each other's location.
All the different type of stuff.
What's the point?
I'll say this: if Jaleel and Layla lived here, I would not want to track their location.
For what?
Because I think it would just cause me. For me, I think it would just cause me additional stress to be like 2:00 in the morning and their location is someplace, and now I'm stressing because I see that their location is some. I don't think I want that. That's just me. I don't think I want that added stress. So I say that's foul. How about this? Young adults, same age, 18 to 25, drinking and smoking in your house.
Everybody's house is different. I'm not gonna even lie. My mom let us smoke weed in the house when we was 16.
So you think that's
because hold on, because we convinced her it was better because you get arrested if you outside, with the weed, and especially in Indiana. So we like, hey, it's better. You know where we was at. So me, I've never had a issue with it. I guess I'm more liberal on that. Some people would have an issue with that, but I think it's fine for the kid as long as you set whatever rules or boundaries. Because I would hate for the kid to be smoking or riding in a car somewhere, being in a place and get caught up.
Now, that's the part of the parenting that I look at. Because I'm like, if I say no to you smoking in the house,
they shouldn't be smoking the shit to begin with.
That's the first thing.
So let's start with that.
But if you everybody know their kid, so let's just stop with that. You know your kid.
A lot of people smoke weed. I'm not gonna even lie, I smoke weed.
Exactly, we'd be hypocrites to say something. But I think sometimes forcing them to go sit out in their car and stuff like that could get them in trouble.
Because then now they get pulled over. They're not even smoking weed, but then they get pulled over and the wild car smell like weed, and there you go.
How about this? Fair or foul? Financially supporting young adults.
I think it's foul. They got to figure it out. I help you out. Everybody needs help every now and then.
You gonna give them breaks?
I help them out, but I'm not gonna. You're not about to be a permanent line item on my monthly budget.
He said permanent line item on his monthly budget.
No.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Now,
I'm not saying financially support. Every blue moon if something happens, that's different. Yeah. But if it becomes a consistent habit, that I notice like every 2 months you're asking me for the same thing, then no. But if every blue moon, if something you like, hey, I just need 50, like whatever, then that's different.
Yeah, because life happens. You may lose a job.
And I remember where I could have used somebody to help me versus doing whatever I did to come up with my money or whatever. So yeah, you do think about that. How about this last one? What do you think about the concept, my house, my rules, fair or foul?
Hell yeah. What the fuck? See, let me get talking about. This is what I talked about
some people
earlier.
This when kids come back.
No, this is what I talked about earlier, man, about the feminization of masculinity. I'm talking about you asked me about my household. My household has male presence. The male is in it. And the male should be at the head of the household, and the rules are the rules. What's with this new hotness? Well, they kids ain't got shit on shit. The rules are the rules. We'll listen. We may hear.
Why don't you have to make it a point to say the man has to be the
boss lady?
No, because what I'm about to say is in some households that's not the case. So in them households that's not the case.
Well, you asked me about my household. I'm not going to speak on no fucking female head of household because I don't know nothing about that. I came from that, but I don't know nothing about that. And I already told you about my theory on that. When guys are raised by women, they have problems. All these suckers that are being raised by women have problems.
Yes, and some of them that's raised by men have problems too.
All right, here we go with this bullshit. I'm done with it. I'm done with the bullshit. Like, I hate when people are just not. I'm just hate when people are not being real. So you gonna tell me that it's better for a young boy to be raised by a woman than a male?
That's what he's talking about. Nobody. If you rewind this, y'all pause and rewind this.
No, that's that stupid stuff.
So I never said that.
And that's the reason why we got a bunch of losers, a bunch of punks,
I never said
a bunch of sissies out here.
What are sissies?
Sissies, niggas that don't want to leave alone.
Because that's a term.
Pussies.
That we don't say.
Pussy sissies. We say all of that.
No, we don't.
Yeah, they are.
Anyway, y'all, we're definitely going to get banned.
No, I want to talk about this, man. We're going to another episode. I just want to talk about
definitely getting banned.
The feminization of masculinity.
Well, that is a topic. You should lead that.
And they don't want to talk about this.
You should lead that then.
All these chumps out here being raised.
So I guess.
And then you know what? Hold on. And I mentor the young boys. And when you have a problem, the nigga can't look you in the face. He has a problem with a male presence, because he been raised by a bunch of women.
So
and you got people like y'all coddling him. Oh, you can stay in the basement till you're 35.
You can say that for that topic, for that show.
And I will.
You can say that for that.
See, they got me riled up, yo.
So I guess the D.O.C is gonna be looking for people to do this particular show with him. So if you're interested, inbox us if you're interested.
And talk about this new hotness, this extreme feminist theory that's wrecking everything. That's right. It's wrecking everything.
You know what, guys?
Look at this. Hold on. No, it's not. Let me fill in on this note. They talking about all these teen takeovers and all that. And you know that's why? Because they don't got male presence. If a kid knew, a dude said, I will kick your motherfucking ass if I see you down there in Hyde Park on some motherfucking cars. You know that punk? He gonna sit his ass on that couch and play that video game. But they don't got that. They don't got that.
Okay, that is true to a certain percent because there are still kids that come from a 2-parent household that are still going to be bad because they're just bad. Because they're going to go against what their dad and their mom say to prove a point, to do what the fuck they want to do. Not every narrative that comes behind a bad kid comes behind a kid being raised by a single mother.
That's not what I'm saying.
That is what you're saying. That is the narrative that you just spewed. That is exactly what you just said. Basically, is what you just said, and that is not the case. I had a mother and father in my household, and I had a whole goddamn school year, all of 8th grade, where I stayed in trouble. It wasn't because of my parents; it was because of the kids that I was outside with.
So you were getting arrested. I
wasn't getting arrested, but I was getting in trouble.
Every kid is mischievous.
I was getting in trouble. I got suspended.
I'm talking about real.
I could have gotten if I had kept going.
That's because you were mentally ill, then.
That's not again, we're going to have to break this down in another episode because the D.O.C be tripping and he's trying to push buttons.
No, I'm not.
And I'm not going to allow him to push my buttons because my whole point is that You can come from a 2-parent household and you could be just as bad as a kid that comes from a 1-parent household.
That's not what I'm saying.
And for y'all who was watching this episode, please put in the comments what y'all heard him say, because now he backtracking that he didn't say that. No. And that is what he said.
I said that you're more likely to be fucked up from a female.
That's not what he said. He didn't say more likely.
I know, I came from one.
He didn't say more likely.
We were running, you said we were wild animals at 13
All right,
14.
cue it. We about to go. We're going to come back. We're going to have another episode about this topic. On that note, we back, y'all.
Hit that
back peace. Like we never left.
Peace. Hit that like and subscribe.
This dude.
I'm trying to tell you.
This dude.
We raising a bunch of punks and sissies.
This dude. Bye, y'all. Bye.